welcome to the stage Orange County Community Foundation CEO, Shelley Haas. Well, first of all, while you're sitting down, let's do another really big round of applause for our Chapman University music students, the Panther Jazz Band.
Okay, Orange County, are we ready to get this party started? Okay. Well, it was so fun to start an evening like tonight with the music of some amazing young people from Chapman University, but I have to give one special shout out to that long-haired phenom on tenor sax, who is the one and only Sean Allen Haas. Yeah. Is Sean Haas still in the room? There he is. There he is. All right. See, that's what happens when you do the hard work and you get to stand up here. You get to have a moment of nepotism. I'm not mad about it. I'm not apologetic about it. Believe me, I'm paying for it. So, and we're so thrilled. Professor Albert Alva, who made such a special effort to pull this amazing group together for us. So to continue on my theme about Sean Haas, raise your hand if you were here last year. Do you remember being here last year? Are you still pulling confetti out of surprising places where confetti? I think Gaddi Vasquez called me a week later and he said, I'm still finding it in my shoes. Remember Marshall Kaplan totally went rogue and started the whole thing, and then I blamed John Williams. It was a great evening. We were celebrating our Orange County Veterans Initiative, and it happened to be taking place the day before Veterans Day. And so do you remember we honored in that room anyone who was with us who had served in the armed forces? And about a week before the event, I was trying to think about a meaningful closing. I always try to leave something personal, something uplifting. And I had this idea, I was walking the dog, and I thought, actually kind of have a personal story and a personal connection to the military. And I wonder if anyone would be interested in that story. And Monica Seeley, our amazing director of marketing communications, said, yeah, I think people actually think that would be a cool story, and it kind of connects to Veterans Day. So I'm like, all right. So I ended our program, if you might remember, about when Sean was in third grade. It was 2012, and many of us were collecting care packages for those serving in Iraq and Afghanistan primarily. And so we participated, and the most requested items were cards, pictures, letters from children for parents serving overseas away from home, and how meaningful. And I asked Sean if he'd be willing to do that, and I shared that little gem of a note with you, which there it is. I can't believe that I actually thought 12 years ago to scan this. I also can confirm his penmanship is exactly the same. It's this very moment. But he gets that from his father, so I'm not taking responsibility for that. So, Sean was very interested to know when we were going to get a letter back, and I thought, oh, sweetheart, like the chances that this is making it out of the Laguna Niguel post office is slim to none. The fact that it's getting to, the front lines in Iraq and Afghanistan is zero, and the chance of anyone responding is even less than that. So you can imagine how shocked I was when we actually received, only 2 weeks later, a response. And that response was a beautiful email from Sergeant Daniel Hatter, wrote back to us and actually answered every single one of Sean's questions, and even included photos from his deployment. And it began this relationship that continued on through this exchange and learning about each other's lives. And last year I shared that when Daniel shared with me that his motivation for joining the armed forces as part of the U.S. Army was his love and reverence for the civil rights movement and the work of Dr. Martin Luther King. So when he enlisted at the age of 23, he went to the 101st Airborne in Fort Campbell, Kentucky. If any of you are military war buffs, you might know the Screaming Eagles, or in Korea they were the Flying Rakusan. Lots of movies and stories about this legendary unit. But it wasn't their military prowess that drew Daniel. It was because they were the unit that Dwight D. Eisenhower called on to defend the Little Rock Nine, when the governor of Arkansas refused and called out the National Guard to prevent desegregation of the schools in Arkansas. It was the 101st Airborne that walked those children to school and made sure that they could get safely there. And it still deserves applause. Daniel wanted to be part of that proud history and to fight for those both here and abroad in search of justice, freedom, and equity of opportunity. And then I concluded our time with Daniel having gotten a position, his dream, working with the Army's Equal Opportunity Institution, and they had just been promoted to the rank of Master Sergeant, which made me, just as proud. And I think we have his promotion ceremony there. As I am, talking about my kid on the tenor sax, just so proud of all that he had accomplished and our story over all those years. So, but thanks to all of you, that turned out not to be the end of the story, because I have never had so much response to anything that has ever happened on this stage. This is my 25th annual meeting at OCCF's helm, and all the rabbits I put out of all the hats over the years didn't hold a candle to the cards, letters, texts, emails, members of our African American Alliance community that said, thank you for helping us be seen as part of the program. Parents of children serving in the military who said, thank you for telling our story. I was blown away. And that sparked an idea that maybe after more than a decade of just corresponding, letter writing, I think we talked on the phone a couple of times. We'd never even seen each other's faces other than in photos. But I decided in that moment, because of how that story moved you, that it was time that we should finally meet. And that has happened because of all of you. And our friends at Disneyland hosted Daniel and Misty at the Magic Kingdom, and Daniel even got to take part in their beautiful flag retreat ceremony. But I'm most thrilled of all to tell you that that was yesterday, so that today I can welcome Master Sergeant Daniel Hatter from his deployment in South Florida.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. It's a good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you for this opportunity to join you here tonight. It is an honor to be able to attend this celebration and to tell my side of the story that Shelley shared with you earlier and last year. So,
Are you going to fact check me? You're going to fact check me?
not in public.
Okay.
So for me, it all began one day after a long shift. I was on my way to my room and I received a random care package. So we usually receive care packages once, maybe twice a week. And they usually come standard. We've got the beef jerky, granola bars, things that are easy to travel. And usually they have some magazines. It seems like Life and Time's the most common. So I can't really remember exactly what was in this package, but I do remember seeing a letter that was addressed to soldiers. So I remember as I read the letter, it sort of took me out of the moment I was in, as in the environment and the stress that comes with it. For me, what was so special about this letter is that it evoked a sense of tenderness, kindness, and compassion, that a child would take the time to participate in putting together this care package and take an interest in me as a soldier and as a person. So as I read the letter, which included several questions that were thankfully easy to answer, I felt that it was my duty to write Sean back. If he took the time out to show his appreciation for me, then I must do the same. So I felt I owed it to his parents as well. I felt that writing Sean back would show his family that their efforts and support were greatly appreciated. And that marked the beginning of a long-distance friendship of what is now 12 years and counting. So over the years, Shelly and I have watched each other's children grow into young adults. I have watched this great organization grow and expand its influence as well. Shelly has watched me progress through the Army, and my wife, Misty, who's with me today, obtained her 2 degrees while holding down the home front. So Shelly, I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for your outstanding support and friendship over the years. I cherish it more than you probably know, and I share our story often. And if I had a message outside of my own personal story to share with you today, I would refer back to Sean's letter that demonstrates how a small act of kindness and compassion can have a lasting impact on someone. I also want to point out that we have a commonality between us, and that in our own unique way, we serve others in the pursuit of justice, freedom, and opportunity for all. So as my time in the military comes close to an end, I look forward to serving my community after retirement by becoming a high school history teacher. Yes. Thank you. I believe it will be a great honor to guide young people and have the opportunity to inspire, empower, and shape the future. And I also look forward to seeing all the accomplishments and impact that you make here at the Orange County Community Foundation. Thank you.
Oh my God, I can't believe we pulled that off. Woo, that was a lot of moving parts from South Misty, and Daniel basically stayed up for more than 24 hours, flying from South Florida through Atlanta to Orange County on Tuesday, and to be with us tonight. And it's just, oh, such a joy. And I have both my boys up here tonight. But it's really about what we are all going to create together tonight, and this is just the beginning. So I want to release you to your amazing table mates and to enjoy your dinner. I want to thank all of you who made this possible. Turns out dinner is like a lot more expensive than lunch. So thank you, all you beautiful sponsors. Hyatt, if you're listening. So we so appreciate all of you who are super generous. You know, you can thank them. They're all at the front tables, of course. I come and thank them for their service, supporting this great event. And we still want to make sure, you know, everybody has a chance to come, and that'll be on the deck. So enjoy a fantastic dinner, and I will be back probably sooner than you'd like, but I promise to make it worth your while.
Happy 35th anniversary, OCCF. Here's to many more years of growing the good.
Happy anniversary, Orange County Community Foundation. Wow, 35 years. What a milestone.
Happy anniversary, Orange County Community Foundation. Love you always.
I want to wish the Orange County Community Foundation a very happy birthday for their 35 years of service.
Thank you, OCCF, for being that critical bridge builder within our very diverse community in Orange County.
On behalf of the whole county and myself too, thank you.
It certainly does take a village to do the important work in a community, and no one rallies the community we know as Orange County better than the Orange County Community Foundation. Here's to the next 35.
Congratulations, OCCF, 35 years, 350 years to go.
Congratulations, OCCF, on 35 years of impact in our community.
I am thrilled to be wishing OCCF a happy 35th anniversary.
I want to congratulate Shelly and the other members of her team on the 35th anniversary of the Orange County Community Foundation. Happy anniversary.
Cell Dogs couldn't be happier for the Orange County Community Foundation as you celebrate your 35th anniversary. That is truly an accomplishment and absolutely amazing.
All of us at Moms join me in wishing the Orange County Community Foundation a very happy 35th anniversary. The impact you've made has been incredible throughout this county, but also with communities like Asian American and Pacific Islander communities. Thank you for all you do and happy anniversary.
I am so happy to wish Orange County Community Foundation their happy anniversary.
35 years of making dreams happen, opportunities created, and just being a big supporter of our community of Orange County.
One of the reasons that I loved the foundation was that it really represented the best of the head and the heart.
From all of us at Project Kinship, we love you, send you a lot of care, and congratulations on 35 years.
Happy anniversary. We celebrate the organization and we celebrate all those who have contributed to its immeasurable success.
I'd like to wish the Community Foundation a very happy 35th anniversary.
Thank you for taking a lead in showing us the way in collective learning, but more importantly, collective gathering to create social change in our community.
I wanted to first wish OCCF a very happy anniversary. Thank you for touching the hearts of so many people.
Congratulations to the full staff and Shelley Haas for 35 years. You have accomplished a lot, but the best for you guys is ahead.
Congratulations to the Orange County Community Foundation, to Shelley, and all your wonderful people that are so good to everybody.
Thank you, Orange County Community Foundation. Hoorah!
I'm back. Do we have enough time to have a little dinner? We got a lot of networking happening, I saw, and I know this is a room full of so many heartfelt connections that we wouldn't really have to do all that much more than put you all in this room and feed you a little bit. I don't know, Bobby McDonald said we ran out of wine, so that might be a problem we'll have to fix later. But thank you, all of you who contributed those video messages. We have so many more that we'll be using to reflect on this 35th anniversary for many years to come. Our wish tonight, we all have a lot of places we could be and a lot of places we are in any given week, but our fervent wish tonight is that you leave here heartened, inspired, uplifted, and most importantly, motivated to continue the work of transforming your heartfelt passions into good for our community today and always. And it is now my pleasure to introduce OCCF's board chair, Rashid Chamtier. Rashid is a partner with Deloitte & Touche with more than 29 years of financial management and real estate experience, and is a senior group partner in charge of Deloitte's West Region audit practice. It's been such a joy to work with Rashid over this past year as our board chair, and I'm so glad I finally got him here in person tonight. Rashid?
You know, you miss 1 year, and it's taken about a year to have her forgive me, and I don't know, maybe this is it. Although I thought my video did great, I heard the rating was fantastic. So I'm glad to be here in person. You know, serving as the board chair of this phenomenal organization and this exceptional milestone is an honor, is a privilege. But just like my friend Spider-Man says, it comes with a significant, heavy responsibility that neither I or my fellow board members take very lightly. The ability to sort of be the fiduciary of your family's life's work and have a front seat to sort of watch the impact that your giving and your servitude does in the community is just really sort of an experience of a lifetime. So I'm very grateful to be in this role. But we also know that this is just the beginning, as you'll hear about sort of where we are and what OCCF has done, because your action, your continued support to the community and the foundation tells us and tells the Orange County community that this is just the beginning and sky's the limit with what we all collectively can do to sort of impact our Orange County community. Now, one of the privileges of what makes this fulfilling experience is the board that I get to serve with, and that's a group of fantastic fellow board members that are of the highest quality, caliber, but probably most importantly, heart. I continue to enjoy just being and engaging with all these fantastic human being and kind of watch how much they care and then how much they give.
Okay, good. I didn't think the slide was up.
Yeah, no, it's
I
right
can't
there.
see it. Okay, thanks. Right. This is how to see my board chair. I'm constantly micromanaging.
She has to do this. She
From
has.
the front
Where's
of
her
the-
sister?
Well, it's on the monitor. It didn't show on the
told you.
confidence monitor.
I
It's not
told
showing the
you.
slides, by the way. But I just have your back because I thought, okay, thanks. Okay, carry on. Is he doing great?
you wanna
He's
read
doing
it?
so great. So, okay, doing so great. Okay.
So anyway, I want to thank this board. I mean, this is one of the best boards I've ever served with. So thank you guys. Now, also my fellow two officers, I want to thank John Williams, who's the vice chair, the secretary. He's our in-house sommelier. Of Gibson Dunn Crutcher, and then also Kate Williams, Kate Duchesne, who's a finance chair. Also my neighbor, she was my neighbor, she'll always be my neighbor. I mean, these are just two fantastic officers that I've enjoyed sort of working with over the course of the years. Now also, if you've been following and watching what we've done, you know that we continue to add fantastic talent to our board. So if I wanna make sure that I welcome sort of the three new board members that we have. You see them on the screen. Ana Escobedo Cabral, former U.S. Treasurer. Tam Nguyen, second generation family, owner of Advanced Beauty College, and of course, Frem Vergy, I think I saw him here earlier, retired from president of Cal State Fullerton. And then, by the way, Frem retired, but then within like 3 weeks, he ended up becoming CEO of the Association of Governing Boards of University and Colleges, so he just can't stop. These three highly experienced leaders in both business and philanthropy, and we are really honored to have you all join our board. So Anne, Tam, Frem have joined a pool of fantastic board members, 72 of us in all, since our foundation in 1989. So I would like to ask all of you guys who have served on the board to sort of stand up and let's go. Stand. I see you, Bob. Let's go. Here we go. Let's stand. Let's give them a round of applause. We would not be here without all of your time, your effort, your passion, your dedication. So thank you all. Now I also like to recognize Shelley. I'm sure she'll.
Is it weird that I put that in his script? I always
for her exemplary leadership. I genuinely couldn't be prouder of just sort of knowing her for the last 10 years. But 25 years of doing this. We were talking about this at our table. She just embodies what servitude is, and that she takes it seriously. We walk around eggshell when we're in the boardroom because we don't want to get in trouble with her. As you can tell, she holds a grudge. But everything you see around, including sort of why we do what we do as board members, it is really sort of an attribution to sort of her passion, and then how she works with everybody and how she really sort of bring that passion and dedication to the community foundation. So finally, I want to thank all of you guys for being here with us. We couldn't do any of this without all of you guys. This is a significant milestone. Your partnership in making Orange County sort of thrive and continue to grow is really important. So I do want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for, one, having the opportunity to do this, and two, for you just not giving up on continue to want to give, continue want to see our community as it evolves, as it transforms into something that maybe didn't look like 10, 15, 20, 30, 40, 50 years ago. You still believe in this community, and that means a lot to everybody in this room, to me, and to all of us who do what we do. So thank you all. Shelley, it's all yours.
I want to be clear that a lot of that stuff at the end he said about me was him. I didn't like script that much about myself. I just like that to be clear. You just really don't need to see beyond those amazing pictures. 72 of the finest people that have ever graced Orange County have been on this board, and I've gotten to work with an awful lot of you here midway through my 25th year, and boy, it is a humbling legacy that I do my best to hold. I now have the pleasure of introducing two people who helped me hold it well. My two close partners on OCCF's executive team, our new president this year, Tammy Tumbling, and our chief financial officer, Tracy Branson. I'm gonna say a thing about them first, but there they are, aren't they gorgeous? And now they're just gonna have to stand there while I say something about each of them, because Tracy celebrated 33 years with OCCF this year. And somehow keeps raising the bar on her extraordinary stewardship, fiduciary duty of care, excellence, and unbelievable kindness. And everybody in my organization will tell you one of the best sounds I ever hear is Tracy's laugh, because she manages to do it with a sense of warmth and humor that blesses us every day. And Tammy, you have seen with us now, well, you're in your 6th year now, because we passed your 5th anniversary in September. Joined us as Executive Vice President and Chief Operating Officer, but it was my great joy and honor for her to become our president in January, to continue advancing her transformative work to ensure excellence in every aspect of the way we operate and the way that we fulfill our mission. So Tracy, if you'd please start us off on a review of our last fiscal year.
Thank you, Shelley. I have been honored to serve as OCCF's CFO, Chief Financial Officer, for over 3 decades, supporting the donors we work with and the nonprofits closest to their hearts. I've got the best CFO job in the world. I'm delighted to present this year's financial report, as it clearly demonstrates Orange County's spirit of generosity and passion for giving. We definitely see the best of the head and the heart at OCCF. In the annual report at your places, you will see the results of our past fiscal year, along with highlights from 35 years of impact. We also share a link to our digital version after the event. As you'll see in the report, OCCF reached $695 million in assets at June 30, 2024. Held in our 650 charitable funds. What's even more exciting is that since June 30th, through a combination of new contributions and stellar investment returns, our assets have already grown to more than $725 million. This confirms OCCF's position as one of the largest and fastest growing community foundations in the nation, ranking us in the top 7% in assets among more than 800 community foundation peers. One of the key drivers of OCCF's growth and a centerpiece of our stewardship is our diligent investment oversight, guided by our stellar investment committee chaired by Paul Westhead. Strong investment performance not only protects charitable assets for our community, but allows their impact to grow over time. The results of our investment committee's work speaks for themselves, with returns over the past year of 11% and annualized returns of 8.4% over the past 5 years. While this certainly is impressive on an annual basis, when we looked back over our 35 years, we couldn't believe our eyes. We found that over our 35 years, OCCF had generated more than $300 million in cumulative investment earnings. That represents an additional $300 million for the nonprofit organizations closest to our donors' hearts. Talk about growing the good. And speaking of our donors, their passion for giving has amazed us once again as they awarded $86 million in grants and scholarships over the past year. This generosity has once again made OCCF the 7th most active grant maker in the nation, meaning that we grant a greater portion of our assets each year than all but 6 other community foundations in the country. That's a big number. If you were here last year, you probably remember our confetti-filled celebration of reaching our $1 billion cumulative grant-making goal more than a year early. I'm happy to report that we now have added another $100 million to that total, so we can celebrate our 35th anniversary, having granted a staggering $1.1 billion in partnership with our donors. Thank you for all you do to grow the good in Orange County and beyond, our extraordinary donors and nonprofits alike. To continue on with our celebration of 35 years of impact, I'd like to pass the baton to my partner and friend, Tammy Tumbling.
Thank you, Tracy. It is a pleasure to be a part of such a momentous occasion tonight. I had the opportunity of a lifetime to join the OCCF team in 2019. And now, being the first to complete as the separate president, which Shelley has given me the opportunity to serve in, we've moved from the goal that we set for the 35th anniversary to what we're looking at doing for 2030. And I am super excited. I'm more excited today than I was in 2019 to be a part of such an important organization. So again, a round of applause to everything that OCCF has done over the past 5 years. Ensuring that we deliver on our promises to both donors and our community is my passion and purpose. It is our job and it's my joy to help donors give where their hearts live, whether it's in Orange County, across the country. And do you know that OCCF goes around the world? Yes, we do. It's okay, you can do it, you can do it, you can do it. So over the past 35 years, our donors have made an impact on the causes that they hold most dear, but with our help. And that's from areas such as education, health, human services, and even the arts, environment also, but also animal welfare. And this is just to name a few. And driven by the belief of, and as sometimes you have an opportunity to get an extraordinary chance to partner with a donor on their bold vision, something really bold, something really different. And we did just that with Randy Draper on the Promising Futures OC Fund. Randy, where are you? Right there. Randy, thank you. Driven by his belief in transformative power of education, Randy established the Promising Futures Fund at OCCF to help students achieve full potential through college and career readiness. And seeing the success of his friend Keith Swain, Randy has now laid down the gauntlet to grow the Promising Futures Fund to an endowment of $10 million to provide support for educational equity and economic opportunity for generations to come. Now that's the kind of competition where everybody wins, especially our community. So thank you, Randy. So if you have not already done so, I hope you'll have a chance to reflect on the centerpieces in the annual report. It's a look back at 35 years of building momentum for good in Orange County and beyond. From our founding decade, when the spark of Judy Swain's inspiration brought OCCF to life, to 25 years of growth, vision, and impact under Shelley's leadership. We've pursued our mission to transform our community's heartfelt intentions into greater impact for good. And we've laid a solid foundation for the future. So you may recall that we set some very ambitious goals for our 35th anniversary, which we called at the time Vision 2024, and here we are. Upon my arrival in 2019, we shared our Vision 2024 plan with you. We also set 2 highly aspirational milestones. One was to reach $500 million in charitable assets and $1 billion in grant making since our inception, and we did just that. So you've heard Tracy report it as well. So as you know, both of these goals are in our rearview mirror, and that's thanks to all of you, so thank you. So now, looking forward, it's time to look to the future once again and set a new path to Vision 2030. So as we continuously strive for excellence in pursuit of OCCF's mission, our Vision 2030 plan will have as its centerpiece our impact on the Orange County community and the role we will play to build an Orange County where all have the opportunity to thrive. So you're going to be hearing from us early in 2025, and we will look forward to engaging our donors, our community partners, to chart a course for growing and deepening our impact in the next 5 years and beyond. So it goes without saying that nothing, absolutely nothing that we've achieved or will aspire to in the future would be possible without the extraordinary professionals who make up OCCF staff. It is my great honor to serve with such a stellar leadership team, including, I don't know where she is, but Kathleen Otero, who this year, Kathleen celebrated, I know she looks only about 15 years old, but Kathleen celebrated about her 10-year anniversary with OCCF, and we believe in succession planning, we believe in developing our employees, and we believe in promoting from within, so we promoted Kathleen to our Chief Operating Officer. So congratulations, Kathleen. Now, we don't do it alone. As we said, we have a team, and we are joined by the most talented, dedicated, creative, and energetic team anyone could wish for. And I'm going to let you guys in on a little secret. They're also really funny. They crack me up every single day. They're just awesome. So would all of my colleagues on the OCCF team please stand and be acknowledged? And let's give them a round of applause. So thank you for spending this evening with us. We look forward to continuing to partner with each of you to help build a stronger, more vibrant Orange County for all. So it is my pleasure and privilege to hand the podium back over to my CEO and your CEO, Shelley Haas.
Who's luckier than me? Nobody. Oh my gosh. I'm like having so many moments with our 35th anniversary, this being my 25th annual meeting, thinking about we were 75 of us in a little room the first year that I started, and to be in this community with these colleagues that I have the absolute honor and blessing to work with is just beyond. And what makes our work so meaningful are all of the stories that make up the journey of the Community Foundation. And so I wanted to share, when I've done this in the past a couple of times, people just loved it. So we'll see if we keep that rolling, because we get to see these amazing stories of people's lives, their families, their joys, their struggles, and get to be part of that journey, but that doesn't always show up on the stage. And so I wanted to give a little peek in tonight to one of my most treasured and long-held relationships through my time at OCCF. When OCCF was barely a year old, an iconic local philanthropist, Richard Dick Steele, took a leap of faith and established OCCF's very first donor-advised fund, the very first one. Dick had been leading his family's foundation, the Harry and Grace Steele Foundation. Many of our nonprofits received gifts. When I was at Orangewood, we would get, Emerson Electric stock certificates in the mail and from the Harry and Grace Steele Foundation, and Dick led that work. But when it came to his own and his wife Betty's giving, he chose the Orange County Community Foundation, which was a powerful vote of confidence that bolstered OCCF's credibility and spurred our growth in our early years. That first gift in 1990 was just a little bit shy of $250,000, which it turns out was a lot of money in 1990. I don't know what happened, but it was a really big deal for OCCF and for any organization receiving a gift like that. It was just an unbelievable shock when Dick died suddenly from a sudden heart attack only 6 years later on their boat with Betty, leaving Betty the sole responsibility for their family's finances, including their philanthropy. And they had a very traditional marriage where, ironically, on this very sailing trip, as Betty shared with me, Dick was going to start talking to her about some of their financial affairs, and he dropped dead in that moment. So I met Betty 4 years later when I joined OCCF, as she was still very much wrestling with, I love that. It's my favorite. It's one of my favorite photos of all of our photo archives because, oh, what happened? Oh, sorry, Chris, it's all right. It's just our photographer. Don't worry about that. But are you okay? Do you need medical attention? No, you're all right. Okay, good. Safety first, always safety first. No photographers were harmed in the presentation of this annual meeting. So back to our story. So I remember this day so clearly because Betty was already beginning to lose her sight to macular degeneration, and she wasn't driving, but she had agreed. We had nothing when I started. We had no collateral. You certainly couldn't tell it now, but we didn't have good brochures or anything that told our story. And so I asked a couple of folks that I was working with if they'd be willing to be part of this little brochure, and I picked Betty up from her house in Lido Island and drove her. One of those moments that are seared in your memory, like that little pink gingham jacket, and she's 5'2", with her little blue eyes and white hair, and just this like very, just gracious lady. But she really took my breath away while we were in the car talking, because she started telling me the story of what happened of losing her husband so suddenly and how that felt to have all of this responsibility suddenly on her shoulders, in her hands. And she talked about her intense sense of loyalty and duty to carrying out what was most important to Dick. But along with that, I heard this little voice start gaining strength and steam. She also saw the opportunity to develop her own mark, to follow her own passions. And I could see, like I said, though she barely stood 5'2", she was a mountain of a woman with an incredible intellect and a passionate heart, resolve, and deep wisdom. And it was like a flash. I was still maybe in my first year at OCCF, and it really hit me exactly what we're here to do, to help people discover what they care about most and to give them the confidence to pursue those passions in the way that they give. Maybe take a chance on something new, and not to have to do it alone, but with a partner who is looking out for your best interest and has the know-how to make sure you can achieve what you are most intending. And that sudden realization, the weight of that responsibility, just sort of took my breath away for a good long time, because I realized how important it is, this work that we do. Over the years, the blessed long years that I got to work with Betty, nearly 18 years, she passed only just a little bit before her 97th birthday. Her birthday was May 5th, so her birthday was always a big Cinco de Mayo bash. So that was like plenty of margaritas flowing, and that is how we celebrated her life in 2018 with the same Cinco de Mayo party, even though she had passed in January. I got to know her 3 daughters, and I really want to mention this part of the story too. So Anne, Libby, and Trish, and it's very appropriate that they're on a boat because they were a very avid sailing family. All 3 girls had long lived out of state, Washington, Oregon, and the baby, Trish. I still call them all the girls, even though the youngest of them is in their 70s, so like a decade older than me, but they're still the girls to me, because they were Betty's girls, and so then they were my girls too. And the gratitude that I've experienced from them, they would come down as their mother was in failing health, and the sense I felt of their relief that she had an advocate, that she had someone here guarding the door and making sure no one was going to take advantage as she was becoming less able to manage her affairs. And she would hear something. She had this huge heart for animals, and she'd hear one of the Sarah McLachlan, the Arms of the Angel, and the ASPCA commercial. We're like, where's the clicker? Like, change the channel, change the channel. I have to. I can't see that one dog again. It's just going to ruin me. So Betty would call and say, I really feel like I need to give, and so we could help her navigate, like what was a real intention and what was maybe just a heartstring in the moment that she wasn't going to feel as good about tomorrow. And this is the best story that talks about what community foundations were born to do. Our first role, and for the first decades of our existence, was to be that steward of the legacy of people's lifetimes, which is now who we are. For Betty, since she passed 6 years ago. We are now her eyes and ears, her heart for what she cared about most. The fund that she endowed at OCCF through her estate will now grow forever, speaking her and her beloved Dick's names through each gift as a legacy of their heart and the good they did in the world forever. A beloved former colleague from the California Community Foundation once shared a story of meeting with one of their donors and coming to the end of his lifetime with no children, heirs to pass on to, and the Community Foundation was going to be stewarding his legacy. And the man got really thoughtful for a few moments, and then he turned to my friend Joe and said, "Oh, I get it. You're going to be me after I'm gone." That hits, right? Like, that hits. And we think about that every single day, the responsibility that we have for all of you in this room who are active partners, and the enormous responsibility that we have to carry on after folks are gone and are relying on us to hold faith and to hold their heart for our community and everything they cared about most. And so that's a little bit about one story among so many hundreds and hundreds of stories that it is our privilege to hold. But I tell you, none of those stories would have ever come to be if it were not for the vision and determination of one incredibly formidable woman and leader, and that was our founder, Judy Swain. Would you watch with me for a moment about how this all started?
One of the things I remember is that Judy's first office was a small desk in our bedroom. And when you think about where this organization started and where it is today, I think that's phenomenal. And my background is as an entrepreneur in the for-profit field. And I tell people all the time that Judy was as much an entrepreneur as any of us in the for-profit field. It takes a vision, tenacity, perseverance, the willingness to go out and ask people to serve that you might not have the courage to ask. And she did all of that.
When Judy was working for General Tom Riley at the Orange County Board of Supervisors, she gained a unique perspective on the challenges and opportunities facing our community. Subsequent work with the California Community Foundation in Los Angeles sparked her interest in community foundations across the country and how they were driving local solutions through strategic philanthropy. Inspired by this research and a deep passion for our community, Judy believed that Orange County needed a community foundation of its own, and so she founded OCCF in 1989. Her vision was to create an institution that would not only address our community's needs in the near term, but continue to grow as a foundation for Orange County philanthropy in perpetuity.
I'm most proud of the fact that the Orange County Community Foundation does exist in this county, and it is used, and it does have a reputation, a fine reputation. You can do all sorts of things with it, and it's a kick and a half.
Under Judy's leadership, OCCF quickly rose to prominence, becoming one of the largest and fastest growing community foundations in the nation. By the time she retired in May 2000, OCCF was in the top 10% for new asset growth among community foundations nationwide. As we approach the 35th anniversary of the Community Foundation, the magnitude of what we've accomplished is going to far exceed anything Judy ever could have imagined, both in terms of the grants we've made and the assets that we hold and the impact we've had in the community. Judy would be extremely proud to see that we've reached that point, and I'm extremely proud of her for having the foresight to build the foundation under the foundation to enable it to get to this point. Judy's vision, entrepreneurial spirit, and passion for philanthropy were the sparks that ignited the Orange County Community Foundation. Her legacy lives on in OCCF's work, ensuring that the community she loved will thrive and grow for generations to come. Judy's bold vision will forever be at the heart of the Orange County Community Foundation.
And I didn't have this in my script, but it just dawned on me. We have at least 3 of our founding board members in this room. Bob Erkey was one of our founding board members and was a former board chair. Joanne Leatherby, where's Joanne Leatherby? Over there, we had Joanne Leatherby and Lee Hancock. Hyla Bertea, 4. Please give these people a round of applause. So I firmly believe that being involved with OCCF definitely extends your life. So we'll expect to see you here for the next 35-year anniversary. When Judy retired in May of 2000, our board created the Judith Swain Leadership Award Fund to honor her commitment to Orange County's nonprofit sector by recognizing local leaders who worked tirelessly to make Orange County stronger and who exemplify giving of themselves for the greater good of our community. I am so thrilled tonight that I get to welcome Keith Swain, Judy's husband, and Keith and Judy's daughter, Ann Swain, here all the way from Oahu for a special 35th anniversary presentation of the Judith Swain Leadership Award. Okay, okay, that's good, that's you. Okay, I'm leaving.
Okay. Good evening. You know, 35 years is a long time, and when I look at those pictures, I wonder who was that young guy that was standing there with Judy, and I realize it's that old guy that's standing up here right now. Judy was 48 years old when she started the Community Foundation, and she did it with courage, as was reported in that video. And I am really, really pleased to be here with my daughter to celebrate the anniversary of the founding of the Community Foundation. And I just want to say, watching everything that's gone on to precede me here is just overwhelming, what's been accomplished. So it's an honor for me to be able to stand here and say a few words and recognize some outstanding leaders. So 35 years ago, the foundation officially started. 36 years ago, Judy was trying to educate me on what the heck a community foundation was and why did the county need one. And at the same time, with her determination, she was putting together a group of community leaders that she could rely on to help her move this vision that she had for a community foundation in Orange County into a reality. She accomplished both. I certainly know a heck of a lot more about community foundations now, 35 years later, compliments of Judy, Shelley, and a few other people. And the vision that she had, the reality that we have today is evident by everything that's been said so far this evening. If Judy were alive today, she would be absolutely blown away by what's been accomplished. And it's a credit to everybody in this room. Everybody in this room owns a piece of that success. Shelley and her staff, the donors who have put their money in the hands of the community foundation, put their philanthropic dollars with the community foundation, the leadership that's been incorporated with the community foundation over these years, the nonprofit folks that are in this room that have interacted with the community foundation, all of you own a piece of the success. And I just say, on behalf of Judy, I thank all of you for what you've done to make the community foundation that she envisioned into this reality that we're all talking about tonight. Thank you very much. Tonight, we have the honor of recognizing two outstanding leaders. And this is even more meaningful because these two leaders have a connection to an endeavor that we undertook 2 years ago with the Community Foundation, and that was to establish the Social Justice Fund, Orange County Social Justice Fund. The intent of the Social Justice Fund is to do what we can to ensure that all residents of Orange County have equal economic, civic, and social rights and opportunities. In partnership, thank you. In partnership with the Community Foundation, we set a high bar for ourselves. We wanted an endowed fund of $10 million so that these values of the Social Justice Fund could be carried on in perpetuity. I'm really delighted to announce that 2 years into this program, we've given away $900,000 to 26 nonprofits, and we've achieved the $10 million mark in the endowment. Achieving this is in thanks to folks like Randy Draper, Donnie Crevier, the Marisla Foundation, and our latest best friend, Ann McPherson of the Joe McPherson Foundation, who gave us an unexpected surprise gift of $1 million that put us over the top of $10 million. Now, standing behind me, somewhere back here, is my lovely daughter, who I should have introduced right out of the box here and didn't do it. So I apologize for that. And I'd like to invite Ann up to make the awards to the individuals who we're going to recognize tonight with the Judy Swain Leadership Award, who are people that in every day, the values that we are espousing for the Social Justice Fund, they're living and practicing on a daily basis. So I'll turn the podium over to Ann.
Thank you, Dad. It means a lot to be here this evening with my father, celebrating all the accomplishments at the Orange County Community Foundation. And the work that I have done with my dad, which I have been incredibly grateful for. I was 14 when my mom started the Community Foundation, and I can't believe it has that 35 years have come and gone. I'm actually now the age that my mom was, which is strange, and I have a 14-year-old daughter. So what a gift it is to be here with my father, honoring extraordinary leaders through an award that was established in honor of my mother. It's really wonderful. Our first recipient is Miguel Hernandez, Executive Director of the Orange County Congregation Community Organization. Miguel guides OCO's multi-faith efforts to empower individuals and congregations to use their voice to make positive, lasting change within low-income communities of color. He is a quiet, thoughtful, and impactful leader. Miguel, thank you for everything that you have done for the Orange County community. It's my honor to present this award to you, together with a grant of $25,000 for OCO's mission.
Oh, got rid of that?
Messes up the shot.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Shelley. Keith, you're right. This is overwhelming. It's such a privilege to be here. And thank you, Anne, for that introduction. It's an honor to receive this award from the Swain family. The Swain family has been an unwavering partner in supporting positive, lasting change in Orange County for many years. Receiving the Judith Swain Leadership Award is humbling because she exemplified how visionary and giving leadership can transform communities, ensuring that everyone thrives and belongs. This award is especially meaningful to me because Keith has been a financial supporter, but more importantly, a mentor for many years. Our conversations have been inspirational and have directly impacted my leadership, faith, and belief in the inherent goodness of people. I share this award with my family and my work family who are here today. They're over there at table 50, so if you could just raise your hand. My work family, including board members, provides the collective leadership for OCO to fulfill its mission and vision. OCO's core work is about leadership development for and with low-income communities of color for social justice. This award and the grant will help us invest in the leadership of underserved communities during this unprecedented times of change and uncertainty. To conclude, I want to express my appreciation to Keith and Anne for their visionary leadership in establishing the Orange County Social Justice Fund. I also want to thank all the fund's philanthropic partners for their commitment to justice. I'm sure that Judy would have been very proud of this achievement. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Miguel, again for all that you've done. Our second recipient, award recipient, is Josefa Alofaituli, Executive Director of Cielo. Under Josefa's inspiring leadership, Cielo connects minority-owned small businesses with the tools, resources, and mentorship needed to turn side hustles into thriving enterprises, not only boosting the economic prospects for their families and communities, but for our local economy as well. Josefa, thank you for everything that you do for the Orange County community. It's my honor to present this award to you, together with a grant of $25,000 for Cielo's mission.
Okay. Anne was very clear about my instructions. I put this down. My name tag is off. And tears are flowing, y'all. Hello, everyone. My name's Josefa Alofaituli, and I stand on the shoulders of many leaders who are in our neighborhoods, in our disinvested communities, my family, and my immigrant origin story. And I think it's so fitting that the Swain Foundation, and Judy Swain in particular, embodies entrepreneurship. And what I learned from Keith, although I didn't get a chance to learn directly from Judy, that what was the key to the success of launching OCCF was a vision, was dedication, and commitment. And then the last thing was a small group of incredible individuals that had so much desire to make this come to fruition. And just like Judy has done for OCCF, so does our family, our community at CLO do for our neighborhood entrepreneurs who are the catalyst for hope, inspiration, and economic development in our disinvested neighborhoods. They are the ones that drive our community to do better. They're the ones that hire folks from our community. They're the folks that are at the PTG meetings. They're the folks that are leading as coaches in the soccer league. And so I stand on the shoulders of these individuals that CLO gets to partner with as we help them fulfill their vision of becoming entrepreneurs. But they already have that entrepreneurial spirit. And all we do is come alongside them and acknowledge them and recognize them and resource them, just like OCCF and the Swain family does for us nonprofit leaders and us nonprofit organizations. So thank you. After 35 years of inspiring my peers and myself to be in this work. That was way off script, so I'm gonna be maybe 30 seconds too late. Skip ahead, she says. I've had the pleasure of getting to know Keith more recently. And I'm excited to venture into this relationship where I will continue to develop as a leader through his life lessons. And one of the things that really stood out to me about his leadership is this balance of confidence that you can make things happen, that you can fulfill a vision, and the humility that you can't do it alone and you need other people. And just like the clients we serve, and just like me, we've all come from places that required people to step up for us. And so with this $25,000 gift, we will contribute that to our micro grant fund where we support individual entrepreneurs with startup capital because they don't have friends and family like you and me where they can lean on for that few $1,000s or few $100s. And so this money will go directly to those entrepreneurs. We helped about 95 of them get off the ground last year. So thank you for this gift. I'd be remiss to be up here without sharing this moment with my mentor, who's not with us today, but many of you all know, Jack Shaw. Jack Shaw introduced me to this neighborhood called Oakview. And in Oakview, I realized how tenacious, how resilient, how resourceful our low-income immigrant communities are. And it's because of Oakview that we do what we do. And one of the biggest lessons in leadership that Jack shared with me, and I believe Keith also shares, it's very simple, and it's become more powerful for me in the last few months. And he would always tell me, Josefa, just keep on showing up. What does that mean? When I first met Jack, I had just come back from the Peace Corps and was in corporate America and was trying to figure my way around here. And he just said, just keep showing up. And so I just want to thank my board and my team for showing up as leaders for me. When I experience moments of depression and anxiety, you step up. Thank you for OCCF for showing up for many of us nonprofit organizations and the donors of OCCF. When the climate gets rough, show up for community, the political, social landscape, whatever that is, just keep showing up is what he told me. And for our entrepreneurs who are in these neighborhoods where they might live in fear a little bit or might feel like outsiders, our team just keeps on showing up for them, and we're going to continue to keep on showing up for them, just like many of our nonprofit peers here. My mom, who raised me as a single mom, who we couch surfed a little bit, she showed up for me, and she's here tonight, and I appreciate you, Mom. So the last thing I'll say is collectively, let's keep on showing up for our community. Things are harsh, things are rough, things are cold, but just show up. You don't have to be fully there. I'm barely here at times. But you know what? Just being there makes a whole lot of difference. So thank you for showing up for us.
All right, get off my stage. Take your awards. Hey, don't leave your stuff here. There's like money in there. Okay. That was such like a mic drop moment. They're walking away without their money. Okay. Oh, I am so unbelievably proud and privileged to call the Swain family an adopted family, an extended bonus family, and these two men have become brothers in this work, and I'm so proud of both of you. We're so honored to stand with you. And in fact, I feel like this is now like a little bit of a reality moment, but I'll do it anyway. Did you know that these gorgeous chocolates at your places are made by one of the businesses that is harbored by Cielo? This is a beautiful woman, a Ukrainian immigrant who makes these personally, each one by hand. Let me tell you, they fueled our seating process last night, and they are spectacular. So don't sleep on the chocolates. Don't leave them behind. Okay, that's my commercial. So we're heading into a really special time of year for so many of us, the holiday season, and we all have our special traditions, things that are extra, hold a special place in our hearts. And I have one I share with my dear friends, Vicki Booth, Reshma Block, Julie Hill, with her grandbabies tonight. And some of you might recognize this too. And if you do, feel free, you can say the words along with me, but you have to imagine that this is Hugh Grant's voice, not mine. The general opinion seems to be that we live in a world of hatred and greed, but I don't see that. It seems to me that love is everywhere. Often it is not particularly dignified or newsworthy. Fathers and sons, mothers and daughters, husbands and wives, boyfriends, girlfriends, old friends. If you look for it, I've got a sneaky feeling you'll find that love actually is.
Felicidades, OCCF. Felicidades, and have a wonderful future.
The Orange County Community Foundation supports these groups that are helping everybody's lives be better.
We couldn't do it without the support and the connections through OCCF. So thank you so much.
Happy anniversary, and to many more years.
The Orange County Community Foundation is amazing, and I'm so happy to get to celebrate with you all.
Thank you. Oh my gosh, Monica Seeley, Anastasia Dieter, you have my heart forever. I have been dreaming of, like, wouldn't it be so cool if we did our own Love Actually ending, only it was all of us, and it went to this pixelated thing, and I would make people watch the ending of the movie with me so they could see how cool it was. And then Anastasia says, well, we could kick it up a notch and have the Orange County Gay Men's Chorus singing it. And then when Monica said bubbles, I'm like, I am so in. So I think I don't know, guys, we've had I don't know, I threw something. Oh, the chocolates. So we've had a Screaming Eagle, a UN Ambassador, Leadership Awards, Love Actually, Bubbles, and the Orange County Gay Men's Chorus. I think we have left it all on the field tonight, honestly. I don't really know what is left. And so I just want to leave you, I guess, with a small benediction. This is the part of the script, who's ever been here more than once? Like, this is the part that just says, say something that occurs to you in the moment. But it's distracting with the bubbles. So I'm expecting like Glinda, now we have a whole thing happening. Gosh, guys, we love being your community foundation so much. We hold this privilege dear. We work so hard at being better all the time because that is the community foundation that Orange County deserves, as Gaddi so beautifully reflected. We believe all the same about the opportunity here, about owning the challenges of our past and our present, and having the courage to envision a different future. And so I could not be more grateful to have the opportunity to do this work with each and every one of you. I hope you leave here tonight filled with the love that you felt here, the inspiration, the motivation to show up for one another. This one is for you, Charles Antis, the end of one of my favorite poems by one of my favorite poets, Mary Oliver. This will be my benediction. And you too have come into the world to do this, to go easy, to be filled with light, and to shine. We love you, Orange County. The Orange County Gay Men's Chorus is going to sing us out. You can party, you can dance, you can grab a bubble, and we love you. Have a safe holiday. We'll see you soon.